For through the law, we become conscious of sin. Romans 3:20. And I'm realizing how true that is. Lately, as I've returned to God by His grace, I've become much more aware of what's going on inside of me. It's almost like I'm looking at my heart under a magnifying glass. I'm paying attention now to my thoughts, my attitudes, my feelings. Do they align with God? Do they reflect His nature? Because now I'm actually seeking Him, His righteousness, holiness, His sanctification, and His Word is doing something in me. It's exposing things. Like today, someone mentioned a coworker and said she put in her 2-week notice, and immediately I felt something, a kind of satisfaction, a little bit of happiness, and right there I caught it. That's not right. That's not from God. And in that moment I realized I had been holding something against her. It wasn't something big. It wasn't something I was constantly thinking about, but it was there, hidden. The truth is, I had built up resentment toward her, not because she did something directly to me, but because of how she worked. She's in activities, but also trained to help with cares. And there were times she wouldn't step in and would ask others to do things I felt she could do herself. And I judged her. I became critical. I never addressed it. I never talked to her about it. I just held it inside. Quiet, passive, but still there. I even said it out loud at one point. I don't like her. And I let that sit. But I had forgotten about it until today. And when I saw my reaction, that satisfaction at her leaving, I realized, there it is. Unforgiveness, offense, still in me. And right there I began to confess it inwardly, acknowledging it before God, because that's what His Word does. It shines light. When I was away from God, I knew what I was doing wasn't right, but my heart had grown dull. There was conviction, but I pushed it off. I'll deal with it later. I'll repent later. But now, it's different. Now I want it dealt with. Now I want it clean. Now I want to be right before Him. And it's His Word, His law, that is making me aware. He says, forgive, don't hold offense. Love, don't judge. Don't harbor bitterness. And as I read that and sit with it, it's like a light turns on inside of me, and I can see even the things I forgot. And through that recognition, through seeing my sin clearly, and through my desire to be right with God, that's what leads me to confess, to repent, to let go, to change. The law doesn't fix us. It reveals what's inside of us. It doesn't remove the sin, it exposes it. And that exposure isn't meant to condemn us. It's meant to lead us back to God. Because we can't repent of what we don't see. And we can't be cleansed of what we won't acknowledge. So when the Word shines light on something in us, even something small, even something hidden, that's not God pushing us away. That's Him drawing us in, saying, this is what needs to go, so you can walk closer with me.